Hello everybody, my name's Jonathan and welcome to Barely Unboxed. We're back with my final MerMay video for the month of May, and today's MerMay video features a lot of Barbie Mermaids. So Barbie Mermaids are one of my favorite Barbies to collect, and I often don't rebody them like a lot of Barbie collectors will rebody onto a made-to-move body, so they have lots of articulation, but then they lose the tail. I love them as mermaids, and I accept them for their limited articulation, though I would love to see more articulated Barbie mermaids and mermen. We had that one King of the Ocean Ken. I'll put a picture here because he's gorgeous, but I don't have him. I missed out on him. I wasn't really collecting as much when he came out, especially Barbies. So I totally missed the boat on that guy, and now he's a lot more money to get, and I'm sad, but hopefully someday I'll find a good deal on one. That's a dream come true if that happens. But anyway, that's besides the point. We are looking at some new Barbie Mermaids that just came out recently, plus this pack of mermaids I found at Walmart, which has been out for a while, and I've been eyeing it up every time I see it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get it. So we also have this lovely mermaid here that was gifted to me from my Amazon wish list by Janine. So thank you very much, Janine. You know who you are. I'm not sure if we've talked before or if you've commented before. I get a lot of comments, so forgive me if I don't know who you are, but thank you so much. That was so kind of you, especially for the month of MerMay. So we'll be unboxing her first, I believe. This one has the Millie face. So she's kind of our Millie that we're looking at today. But then I also picked up this Brooklyn Barbie, and you can see there are two versions of this. One is the Millie face and one is the Brooklyn face, and they are color change from hot to cold. And here is the back of the packaging where it shows the other the Millie face doll, which, you know, I didn't order this one because I got this one. I ordered this after I received this, and I thought I wanted a little more variety, and I thought Brooklyn was so cute because she's got like the freckles on her face, which we will look at when we get her out here. I love the packaging for this. This I ordered from Amazon. I'll put a link to that down below. And then I also ordered this from Amazon. Now this mermaid is really cool. So this actually has a name on the packaging. These are called the Flower Magic Mermaids. And they have a gimmick where these flowers bloom. So you can see there's no flowers, and then there are flowers. And there are two of these to get as well. There's a Millie version. And I love the colors of the Millie version. She's got like purple and like teal and blue and pink too. But I thought this one was gorgeous with this face. I'm not sure which face mold this is. I want to say maybe it's Dea. Is that the Dea mold? I'm not sure because this is Malibu or the Millie face. This is because this is Malibu Barbie. This is Brooklyn Barbie, so it's the Brooklyn face, and then I think that's the Dea face. But I love that. And then lastly, we will take a look at this 2-pack, which is, I found this at Walmart. I don't know if it's a Walmart exclusive, but it comes with 2 mermaids and tons of pets, and a comb, which is really cool. It's a purple comb. And I thought these 2 were cute, but these do have the old style mermaid bodies before they started getting like a makeover with all these newer styles, and their fins aren't translucent like a lot of these ones have. So, but I wanted to get it because I thought the two dolls were really pretty. So let's finally get into opening these. So this Barbie, there's also a unicorn in this series, and they both have long hair that you can style. So these are kind of like a hair play doll. I think the hair on this is saran, and we'll find out soon enough. There is the barcode here, but it's got a sticker on it. But you can scan this top one if you wanted to scan that, like with your phone or whatever. I don't know if this bottom one will work, but there it is nonetheless. This is a beautiful Barbie. I've had her on my wish list for a little while, and I was thinking of ordering her for MerMay, but then I just kind of forgot. And thank you so much for sending this to me, Janine. All right, so she is without the plastic in the way. You can see her face. She has a really pretty translucent tiara, and she comes with hair play accessories and a brush. And this fin is really pretty. All right, so let me cut her out of here and we'll take a look. All right, she is out of the packaging, and I haven't put her tail fin on yet because I thought it might be easier just to show you how that works if you've never seen it. But here is her face. Now, this is a very kind of simple looking face. It doesn't have a lot of detail, but it's not crooked or anything. It does have slight pixelization, so it does have that new UV printing. You can see it's kind of shiny and pixelated looking, but it still looks really nice. Like front on, there's no crookedness to it at all. She looks really great. And her hair is saran. It's super soft. I do wish, well, she is losing some hair too, but that's to be expected. I do wish the hair was longer. Like, I wish the hair went down like to here or something for hair play, because like it shows you braiding her hair, and how pretty would that be if it was that long, if it was all the way down past her butt. This backdrop is really pretty. I like this the color scheme, and it has a little seahorse. It's very cute. Little stars. Very cute. So here is her fin. I'll show you that up close. It has translucent, it's made out of translucent blue, like rubber, and then they've done this kind of gradient lavender purple color on it. And I think, yeah, these tails go on a very specific way. So if you look in here, there's a little notch on the bottom, and then if you look at the tail, there's a little notch on the bottom, and so it should click in just like that. That is super pretty all together. I love that her hair kind of matches her tail. She has this UV printed bikini top too. This is that printing, and I love it. I love that they're using this printing process for like accessories and the body part, like the outfits that are molded on. It works really well for that. I would have liked to have seen maybe some gradient or detailing on here, but it's detailed enough with the sculpt that you can see it. It has like kind of scallop effect to it. It's very pretty. As far as articulation goes, she can sit, but she honestly does not sit perfect in my book. I wish she sat up more like this, and her tail was straight out. Yeah. But it can also bend back, so you can, make it look like she's swimming if you play with her in the pool or the bathtub. She does have the head tilt, and it can turn. And then her arms are on like the like swivel joint, the swivel like ball joint kind of thing. so they can go out, which I really appreciate, especially for a mermaid. The only thing that would make her more perfect is if she had a bend, like here where the knees would be, or in the elbow, and then I would be perfectly happy with that. And then, you know, she sat straight up. But, you know, you can sit her on a shelf like that, but as you can see, she does sit at like an angle. Now, I do have some doll stands, so we can kind of display these. Oh, here's the back. It is detailed all the way around the back with the blue, which is really nice to see. I think this is molded into the plastic. It's like I think the blue is plastic, is colored blue. I think the plastic is colored blue is what I'm trying to say. And I think it's like molded into her. I'm not sure though. I don't think it's painted. It looks really cool. So I do have this doll stand. Let's see if these work. They don't work as well for a lot of mermaids, but okay. Let me see. I can go up a little higher actually. Okay, so this one doesn't work too bad for the mermaid. I do have some larger stands. I have two different types. These are more like a Barbie stand, and these are more for like shorter dolls, because this is about as high as that can go, and then this one can go up a lot higher. But these usually work really well for mermaids, so we'll figure it out. I have 4 stands and 4 mermaids. So here's the brush. It's the standard Barbie brush, and it has this star and cloud pattern, and it says Barbie on the handle. I actually have another one right here that's the same brush. It even has some hair on it. Look at that. But it's in a dark purple, so it's just kind of the standard brush. I keep that on my desk in case I need to brush the hair. Oops. Let's try brushing the hair. There's really no product in this hair. It does feel a little bit not really slimy. I don't know what, like waxy. It feels waxy. So I mean, it definitely could use a good washing, but look at how beautiful that hair looks just as it is. Alright, so let's put her back on the stand. I really need to get this stand to work right for her. Let's try down here. Okay, that works a little better. It kind of holds her up. It kind of looks like she's leaning forward, like she's swimming away. Alright, so she does come with some hair accessories. Let me get these out of here. So she comes with this little blue like shell comb or pick. I don't know what you want to call that, but you can take that and kind of just put it in the hair, like you can comb the hair with it too. But I think it's meant so you could kind of put it in the back of her hair. Or like if you make the braids, you can put them in the braids. And then there's also this pink one with seahorses on it. It's really cute. Lots of seahorses. Shout out to Chad Marvelous and the Seahorse Army. This is a purple barrette, and it looks like it has a conch shell on it with like kind of like a crown looking thing. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be like a sea plant. And then we also have a little yellow barrette with a bow on it that looks like it's made out of seashells. These are really cute. So these are simple barrettes that you can totally just put in her hair like this. So it doesn't look too bad. And you know, you could definitely style her hair with a braid or with pigtails or multiple braids. It would be really cute. I'm putting that one there. These don't stay in the hair too well. Probably they would work better. I think they actually do show it like here they show it, they're stuck into the braid, which actually looks really cute. So I am not going to braid her hair. I'm not the best at hairstyles, especially on demand. So I might braid her hair off camera, and then we'll take a look in the pictures. We'll see. All right, so I'm gonna set her stuff off to the side. Now I want to take a look at this one. Now this one does have color change, so I'm gonna need some cold water, which I do have water, but I don't know if it's cold enough. And the barcode for this one is also covered with a sticker. Let me see if I can move the sticker. I know the sticker is ripping. So that's, I think, the Amazon barcode, so I don't know if that will work. I'll put a link down below for all of these, though, in the description box if you want to order them or find them online. Okay, well, there she is outside of the box. I love this backdrop. Looks a lot like the one for her. I don't see a seahorse, though. Oh, it's hiding. There's a hidden seahorse behind her. All right, there is the hidden seahorse I was talking about. The seahorse was hiding behind the doll. All right, so here she is out of the packaging, and she is gorgeous. Okay, so she has freckles across her nose. So pretty, so cute. I do wish the makeup around her eyes, she doesn't really have any eye makeup around her eyes. Like this one has some purple eyeshadow. This one doesn't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a cold and hot activated thing. There are some instructions I'm going to just look at real quick. Let's see. So it looks like only the hair and the body changes with hot and cold. All right, so we don't really need those. Okay, so let me see. Is my... Oh, okay, yeah. So you can see there's the dark pink on her tail, and it's actually cold activated already because it is kind of cool. And if I rub it with my fingers, it turns kind of a pink, like a light pink. See? Yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can see her hair as well. The purple turns to pink if I touch it from the heat from my hand. So now she looks like she has like leopard hair. That's really cool. So I don't even need any water to show you the color change. Look at how beautiful that pink is with the heat from my hand. And she has blonde hair. I was not expecting that. She has lots of blonde hair underneath. Oh, she's so pretty. You could do some really cool hairstyles with this, with having that blonde hair under there. And it is saran. It definitely feels like saran. Look at the way it moves. It's not stiff. It has some weight to it. Very pretty. I didn't even know they made saran hair that changes color. That's really cool. So she has all the same articulation as this Barbie, and she also has the tail that clicks in. So there is her beautiful tail. It has like a pearlescent finish to it, and then it has this gradient on the front. Her tail and her molded on top are different than the other one we just looked at, and they have like flowers and like pearls wrapped around. It's kind of more like the old school Barbie Mermaids that we're going to be looking at here, where they had a lot of like embellishments. But what I love about this is she actually does have white painted there and on the top up here. And then if you look at the back, it's It's like a lavender color, which you can see down here. There's the gradient from the color change. Let's try to get that to really color change. There we go. Looks cool. She wears a little crown that kind of matches her, like the molded on painted belt. It has a seashell on it, and it looks like pearls. These are attached, and I'm not removing them because I want them to stay in the hair. And the hair on these doesn't really need to be washed, just brushed. And she does come with her own brush. It's huge. This is her brush. Look at that. Compared to the other one, which has a bunch of hair in it again. We're losing hair. So there's the differences. So let's try this brush on her hair. Oh yeah, her hair is a little tangled. So it might actually need to be washed. Well, maybe not. Actually looks pretty good. And she's losing a little bit of hair too. There's always a little bit of hair that you're going to lose on these. That's just how it is with dolls. So this is a beautiful doll. It might be my favorite mermaid doll in my collection at the moment. I have quite a few. Not all of them are on display because there's just so many. So she also comes with 2 necklaces. So let's take a look at these. She comes with this big flower necklace that kind of matches the flowers that are on her mermaid tail. See that? And then she also comes with a pearl and seashell necklace that matches like her tiara and her belt, which I think that's the one I'm going to probably put on her, but maybe I can put both. Let's see. Let's see if they both work. Okay, so you can put both of them on at the same time. And that's what that looks like. This big one's kind of chunky, but I don't mind it. I really like this white one though. It's very pretty. And I like how there's like a lot of pink and white going on. Like alternating. It looks really nice. All right, let's see. She has one last thing, and it's this little pink dolphin. It's very cute. It's a little, look at it. Oh, look at it from the front. It's so cute. And I don't think this is color change. It didn't say anything in the instructions. It would have been cool if it was the same pink color change as her tail. I feel like that would have been really cool. All right, so let's put her on a stand. Let's try one of the chunkier stands for her. Okay, that one might not work for her. She does have a different shaped tail than the Millie. All right, so there we go. That doesn't look too bad. She does look like she's falling over a bit though. So, yeah, that works though. There we go. That will work. That works in my book. All right, so let's move them back here. And then we will take a look at this one. I'm very excited for this one. This reminds me of like an old school Barbie from like the 90s, 2000s. Here's the barcode if you want to look for her. It's just so cool. I love that it has a name, whereas the other ones don't really have a name. All it said was Barbie color change on her box. And the other one just said Barbie. It didn't say anything. Like, they used to be Dreamtopia before this. At one point, they were Mermaidia or Fairytopia Mermaids. Alright, so here she is without the window in the way. I really like her background on her packaging. I don't see any seahorses on hers, though. It looks more like a lake or a river that she's a mermaid of. Alright, let's get her out of here. There is the background on that one. I really like that. It's very pretty. All right, so here is this one right out of her packaging. She's really unique in so many ways. She has saran hair. It's soft. It's beautiful. It has this dark brown with some purple highlights in the top and the front. She's wearing a really simple, pretty pink headband, but look at her beautiful face. Again, she doesn't really have much eye makeup that like ties into the colors of her outfit, but I don't think she needs it. In fact, this would be a perfect candidate to put on a Made to Move body because she just looks like a normal person with like purple highlighted hair. But obviously, I'm not going to do that. I love the way they posed her arms. They're kind of like out. You can see they're very different than the arms on these two. These have pretty much the same body type. She also has a very different fin. It has two prongs, and you can see it's at like a weird kind of angle, like she's in movement. And it has a gradient on the bottom. And I don't know if this goes in any specific way. It looks like it goes in this way because this is flipped up and this part down here, you know, it looks like it's in motion. So let's try to get that in. Okay. All right, so there she is with her fin in. It's very pretty. I love the colors on this mermaid. So you can see she has this mechanism on the back. So her body is very specific to this. And if you move it up, the flowers all disappear. So now you can get kind of a better look at what her base model on this looks like. I really like the detailing on this. There's so much paint detail. Now, because she has this mechanism, she does not have a bend. So she's always going to be upright. I don't know how well these would do in the water because they have these, you know, the flower mechanisms. So, but they look like they drain probably pretty easily. So hopefully that would work. But wow, she's pretty. She doesn't come with any combs or any like hair accessories. She only has this one accessory, the headband. But she is really pretty. I like that she has these little fins on the side. It's very cute. And then if you want to make the flowers appear again, you just push that down. I love that. Whoa. I love it. Look at the bottom one when you pull that up. That's really cool. Very, very cool. I love this. I will say this one on the top, you kind of have to zhuzh it up a bit because when it comes out, you can see the little plastic part holding it up. But very cool. I would probably display her like this though. I don't know. I think she looks so pretty. So there's that one. Let's put her on a stand. And I just realized I'm short one stand, so one mermaid is not going to get a doll stand, unfortunately. All right, so that doll stand works pretty good for her like that. So there we have the three of them. I love how their colors are all very similar. They all kind of go together. Now, that Barbie did come with instructions, and it has them for both. And you can see the Millie Barbie has a different style tail, but it still has that general shape to it. It says for storage. Okay. It says open flowers for drying and storage. So I guess you're not supposed to keep the flowers inside when you're storing her. So that's good to know. It does say that you can play with her in water. So that's pretty cool. So they must have designed it in a way that allows for the drainage of the water that gets inside where the flowers are. Alright, so since it does say to store it with the flowers open, we'll go ahead and we'll open those up. They are pretty when they're out though. Okay, there we go. And I love her face. I think it's probably one of my favorite Barbie faces. Alright, so the last thing we have is this one from Walmart. Here's the barcode. And I just think their faces look really different than faces I've seen before on Barbies. And I love that they have unconventional colors for their makeup too, like purple lipstick, which they all have kind of like pink, but this one does have pink. Alright, so this one comes with a ton of pets, including another little dolphin, but it looks completely different. Alright, so let's see. Does this have tape? Oh, it doesn't even have tape on the box. Interesting. So this came out in 2023, the same year as this one, but I think these came out like earlier. Like they were probably one of the last, maybe, like hurrahs for the old style mermaids. They're probably trying to make a few bucks on those older mermaid bodies. Alright, so this actually opens up really easily. There's no tape. Alright, there we go. No tape, no instructions, because these don't have any gimmick. These are just straight up mermaid dolls with brushable hair, and they come with lots of pets. Alright, so let me get these out of here, and then we will take a closer look. Alright, I got them out, but I before I completely show them off, I wanted to show their hands are attached to each other, which I think is really cute. I guess they're a couple. They're a mermaid couple, which I think is really cute, or they're just best friends, but you know what? I'm going to go with it. They're a mermaid couple because they love each other. Alright, so I had to undo their hands, unfortunately, but you can hold hands when you're displayed together, I promise. Alright, so these ones are kind of a little unique compared to the other ones that we looked at, because I'm going to go ahead and just put the tail in now. They have very different looking tails. Let me get this. Let me finish setting them up and then we'll take a look. Before we look at the dolls, I did want to show off this. I was able to salvage this whole background by cutting everything out carefully. There was no tape holding anything in, so there was no ripping. I can use this as a backdrop to take photos later, which makes me super happy. I can even undo that and unfold it even more, so there's even more room, and then we can just put the mermaids in here. Let's see what they look like. It's not a very sturdy backdrop, but there we go. That looks great. And there is a little seahorse. There's almost always a seahorse, which I think is really cute. Okay, now that we got that done, I am very pleasantly surprised by these two dolls. They seem to have saran hair. Despite it being a color, this definitely feels and acts like saran. And it even is shaped really well. Look at this. There is a little long straggler right here, but I can cut that. I'm really impressed with this set. So These do not have a waist joint either. In fact, this is a little loose, like around her waist. I'm not sure if maybe these come off. I don't think so. I thought maybe you could mix and match their tails, but I don't think you can. That's the only thing I don't like about these is they don't have the waist joint, but their hair, oh, it's so soft. She has such a gorgeous face. She has a blue crown. There's no wonkiness to any of these that I got today. These do have the pixel face, just like this one. I didn't even think to look at these other two. Let me look at them real quick. This one does not seem to have the pixel face. The Brooklyn one, it seems to be the kind of old school printing method, not the UV printing method, which that's great. Okay, this one does have the pixel face. So out of all 5 of these dolls, the Brooklyn Barbie is the only one that has like the old school printing method that's not pixelated. But that's okay. Let me make sure this one too. Yeah, that one's definitely pixelated too. But let's finish looking at these. So they do have painted detail on the front only. So that's kind of a bummer. And these are kind of the old school mermaids where they look like they were wearing kind of a cloth skirt with pearls. And these would benefit greatly from being painted. You could paint all these pearls like a pearlescent color. And I've been wanting to do that. And I might have to do that and show them off in a future video. It would have been great to have had time this month to do it, but I definitely will have to do that for something in the future. So she also has the painted on top, but that is painted all the way around, luckily. And it even says Barbie on this part right here, as well as the back. God, she's really gorgeous. And then she has this kind of slightly different color of blue on her tail. All right, so let's give her a stand, and I'm not going to have a stand for this last one, unfortunately. Oh, she works really well. Now, she's a lot shorter than the other mermaids, too. Look at that. Yeah. Her tail is significantly shorter than these other mermaids. That makes it easier for her to kind of pose in front of them. I like that. I'm definitely going to have to find another stand for this. I have some here. Let me grab one. I grabbed another stand. Now, these stands are called Kaiser stands, and they're used by a lot of doll collectors and doll YouTubers. In fact, I think it was Melissa from Mommy's World or My World. I think her current name is. That's how I figured out about these. So I'll put a link to these down below. They are kind of pricey. They didn't used to be, but they've gotten really pricey. All right, so we got the doll stand for her. Now let's take a look. She also has saran hair. So across the board today, all of these mermaids have saran hair. I'm shocked, to be honest, because... And she also has, like, her hair is also really well formed. It does have some long hair in the middle, just like the other one, but a little trim, and that would look great. It's beautiful, though. I love it. So she also has the same body as the other one, so she's also going to be shorter. She has the paint detail on the back that says Barbie, molded into both up here and down here. So... and then she has kind of a periwinkle blue tail, and then this is more of like a kind of a, I don't know, like a hyacinth purple. I don't know. And then she has a crown. They both have different crowns. So hers has little starfish on it. And she's really cute. She actually reminds me of someone that I know. Like it just kind of, she has the same look on her face, same lips. It's very cool. It's really cool when you find a doll that looks like someone you know. And she's an awesome person too, so very cool. All right, let's put her on the stand so we can take a look at these pets. But yeah, look at that. They're all like posed with each other. Oh, and they can hold hands again. There we go. All right, so this doll set, it's kind of cool. It actually comes with pets, but also little set pieces. So it comes with like this little coral plant, and it looks like sand. So you can sit that in front of them. It also comes with a seashell. And I love the seashell because it's molded on both sides. So it has detail on both sides. Very cool. It's like more of a pink color. The other one was more of a salmony orange. All right, and then you have this little red crab, and it looks, honestly, it looks like a cooked crab because it's so shiny and red. But very cute. Doesn't have any paint detail, but it does have molded detail to it. It's really nice. I'm assuming these are probably all from other sets that you know Barbie has done before in the past, and they just basically included them in this like gift set kind of thing. There's a starfish, and I like the color of this. It even has detail on the bottom, which, you know, that's saying something. Things that have detail on all sides is amazing. There's a pink octopus with eyelashes and a cute little face. The only detail painted is the eyes, but it does have little molded in tentacle suckers. Very cute. I like the octopus. There's another dolphin, but this one looks more realistic. Here's the other dolphin that we got. So they're very different. They do still both have painted eyes. So let's put pink one over here, and put the blue one here. Very cute. Okay, and then there's a sea otter, I think, or a seal. I think this is a seal. It's so cute. It even looks like if you had a little bottle, you could feed it, I'm guessing, or you could put, I don't know. It's probably from something else. It is flat on the bottom, so it does sit. And the only detail painted is the nose and the eyes, but I think that's all you need for that. That's really cute. So we'll put him here. Then there's also this green seahorse with a unicorn horn. How cool is that? And it has blue painted detail, which is really cool to see. So, very cute. And it's making a little kissy face. Now, obviously, that one can't stand up. You know what would have been perfect? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Does this hook into here? Oh my gosh. I don't know. Okay, I guess not. But I don't think it's supposed to do this. But I was able to kind of push it down into that plant so it can stand. Look at that. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not, but that's what we're going with. That's awesome. And then we have the last thing is a turtle. It's a sea turtle. And he's got doll hair all over him. I love this sea turtle. It's made up of like 2 pieces of molded plastic. And then it even has painted detail on the top with little hearts and stars. Now the bottom of his head is hollow, unfortunately, but he does have a cute little smile. And it kind of has the same eyes as the seahorse and the octopus. So I feel like those 3 definitely go together really well. Whereas the dolphin and the little seal kind of go together really well. Turtle's awesome. I love turtles. We just had International or World Turtle Day. Just to raise awareness about turtles because they are a species that we need to protect because some of them are, endangered. And I've always loved turtles. I used to have a pet turtle. So there you have it. That is a really cute mermaid set. And so overall, we got 5 mermaids today for my collection. It's a little overwhelming. I'm going to have to find room for them because I absolutely love all of these. They all are beautiful for their own reasons. The fact that they all have saran hair is definitely a plus. And it's really nice to see this different style brush that came with the Brooklyn Mermaid. Very cool. I have not seen a brush like this before. But then, we also got these 2 brushes. So now I have like a lot of Barbie brushes, which is really cool. And even these little hair picks. You can even put these in the other mermaids. Like that. Maybe give it to her or her. She would look really good with the pink. Okay, that one's not going in her hair, but there you have it. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these Barbie mermaids with me today. I had a lot of fun. I definitely recommend all of them. I think they're all pretty good value for the price. The 2-pack set from Walmart, I think, was like somewhere around $25-$30. Isn't bad when you think about it because they have saran hair and they come with all of these little pets, which is kind of cool. But I think out of all of these, the one I recommend the most is the new flower mermaid. What was the name of that one again? Flower Magic Mermaid. The Flower Magic Mermaid is definitely the one that I would suggest getting. It just came out recently, I believe, and it's available on Amazon. So I hope you enjoyed this, taking a look at some Barbie mermaids. I hope that you are enjoying the month of May and celebrating mermaids in your own little way. And if you liked the video, definitely give it a like. Share the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, hit that bell for notifications so you get notified every time a new video goes up. I put videos up every week, and they're always a lot of fun to do for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care out there. Love you guys. Bye.